All right, you two, North Delaware. Yard clearly can use some water and landscaping. The steps are nicely redone, as is the front porch and railing. Nice overhead wood and lighting out here, which is great. You do have a little bit of a side yard with an access, but again, your favorite chain link fence that could easily be replaced, which would create a little bit more of a visual barrier between you and your neighbors. Nice new front door and lock set. They sort of got the numbers a little wonky, but I suppose that could be fixed. This is the entry. The door opens 90 degrees to the wall, and then this is your front room space. Nice big windows, high ceilings, good overhead lighting. You could, if placement of a TV in the living space is a thing, put a TV where that mirror is. There is an outlet down there. And you can see the living space is open nicely to the kitchen. Notice how wide the fridge looks in this picture compared to the pictures online. Always helps you pick out when they use a little bit of a filter. The kitchen looks nicely appointed, range hood, induction, single oven, new cabinets, not a ton of cabinet space, but some, and counter space on both sides that also allows the eating bar. The space for a dining room table, you can appreciate that table's pretty small. I'm gonna say 3.5 feet round. Anything much bigger and you wouldn't have much room for chairs. So if you like to entertain, that might not be the world's best option. I can also tell you this LVP flooring is a little bit wavy and a little bit squeaky in some places. They said they're central air, although I'm not entirely sure I feel that it's on. That said, we're in a bit of a heat wave here in Portland. First floor, main level bathroom, a little bit of a vanity, shower over tub. It looks like this is tile all the way around, so this is fairly nicely done, clearly all redone, and like every other period Portland home, lots of doors in a very small space. That is probably a giant intake to the HVAC. This is room number 1 on the lower. It has a beautiful view of the house next door and a very small amount of closet space. This room, if I recall, I'll send you all the measurements, is about 9 by 11. There is an original built-in here, which is kind of groovy, although I look at this and think, knock that built-in out and make this one giant bedroom, because this room also has a nice view of the neighbors, one small closet, and this room is also about 9 by 11, so both are fairly small. There's my concern. I don't know if you can appreciate the discoloration on the ceiling in this room. It seems odd to me that they've redone so many things so well, and that still looks like there's an issue. So that would be something I'd be concerned about and want an inspector to look at more closely. There's your view out the front windows. The neighborhood is pretty nicely appointed. Your direct neighbors to the kitchen side have a beautiful yard. This is the way down to the downstairs. As you can see, like so many Portland homes, it appears to have been maybe reclaimed from outdoor space. The trim on the stairs, I think, is just to have avoided buying bullnose LVP. This is nice and wide, kind of standard steepness, but this is going to be a problem for tall people like you. You will have to duck every time. Once you get down here, it's nice and high. I want to say the ceiling's probably 6.5 feet high. Big bonus room. You can see some of the pipes and ducting does travel right there. Not sure what that little piece of foil is about. Just a couple of windows. There is a full bathroom down here. That also includes a little bit of a vanity and tiled shower over tub. The tile looks a little wavy to me, and that just may be because those top cuts are narrow and they didn't put as much mastic on them. It's not egregious, but something I notice because I'm weird like that. This is the exhaust chimney for the furnace, and you can see the water heater here. Doesn't look super modern, but has been well taken care of. I think it is gas. There's your electrical panel, and there's your washer and dryer hookup. Again, they did a nice job with the overhead lighting down here. It feels very light and bright. Even coming under the main intake and ducting here, you've got at least 6+ feet of clearance, I think. There's your furnace, which has been recently serviced. The 2 bedrooms down here, again, I'll send you the measurements. I took them already. They did put closets in. This one you can appreciate is a little bit of a galley. Does have a window out, but it has that cut in there. So the full width is only just shy of 6 feet deep. So that would be a little bit tough, I think. And that is not a proper egress. So this is a non-conforming bedroom, meaning that you can't really take credit for it being a bedroom. Same thing here, non-conforming bedroom. So arguably this small room that probably would be more suited for an office just because of its size, and the one I just showed you wouldn't count, rendering this a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house with lots of bonus space. The backyard needs a ton of work, and there was someone back there working. We'll see if I find him and scare the Jesus out of him. It's spacious. There is a garage. Oh, he must have just left because the garage door is closed now. New windows in the garage as well. The garage roof doesn't look as healthy as the roof to the house, but there is quite a bit of space back here where you could do whatever you want to do. That's the neighbor's wood fence. Your yard has chain link all around it. Back neighbors also chain link. That's the side of the other neighbor's garage. And then there's sort of this jog in the chain link, but the yard to this house does continue all the way down the side to the front. And these very mature trees create a lot of shade back here, which is probably why it's very difficult to grow grass. And there is your driveway. And if you look here, these are the 2 windows to the downstairs bedrooms. Would have been probably encroaching on the driveway to create the proper size egress here, and so I think that's likely the reason that they opted not to do that. So this is North Delaware, and let me know what you think.